Bing. It's a search engine. It's a little bit like Google, I suppose. And it's, in my expert 3D printing opinion, it's as weak as water as well. It can't search by oldest, it can't search by exact text. In a test search just now, to find a 3D print thing, for example. Now, there's lots of things you could be looking for: CNC milling, laser cutting, CGI, or any of these things. And a thing search, when you're searching for a thing can represent, the physical thing being sold, or the thing file to manufacture that thing, or to 3D print the thing, for example. Or it could be the when you find that thing and it's the genuine owned position, that can be the business itself is the license ownership of that, sort of the right to manufacture that thing. And so that can be sort of the that's just a broad overview of looking for a thing. What is a thing? Well, a thing can be any of those things. It could be a business. It could be, you're looking for the owner. So you're searching for this thing to get the genuine. Well, you want the genuine thing. You don't want the pirate thing. And searching Bing, it did not find the correct, true, genuine thing. And in fact, it showed 5 pirates instead. And I noticed on another page there was a create image type thing. So the search engines are starting to head down the road of create things from verbal text. So this is going to be the new big wave of things as well. I should make a video on that. But it doesn't do the license check to find out. So if you were to generate a 3D print file, you wouldn't know whether what you've created is original, genuine, or can be sold. And you don't know whether you're allowed to upload it. You don't know whether you're allowed to give that away. Because a licensed owned thing can have rights of ownership. For example, who's allowed to sell it, what the royalties may cost, whether others can give that file away or not, and all these sorts of things. So there's all these terms that do, can exist and do exist for certain things, because they're all different. People, because when you create something, you have that moment where you can, upload it or license it, and you can, at that point, you can give it away to free for everyone, or you can take ownership of it by licensing it non-commercial, for example. Anyway, Bing can't search these things. Laser cutting, CNC milling, CGI, 3D print, it can't give you the correct answer. So if it draws you something, it can't tell you whether it's original, whether you're allowed to do anything with it, whether you can sell it. But yet I notice the results when searching for a thing, it was giving pirate results. Now, one of the things I noticed in its little options was to create this image, because it's like it's charging you to what we have to watch is that the search engines really need to remain free. Because you can't really have a cost to finding it out, finding out the genuine, getting a true, genuine result. It's hard to get across, but because subscription hides piracy, costs hide piracy. If I said to you, for you to look up something on my search engine, which is let's just say I had a search engine, it was the only one that you could use, and I said for you to use the search engine, we'll call it free, but what we're going to want to do is to data harvest you so severely and take away all your sort of rights and make you agree to some long contract that you might not understand, that could be full of all manner of clauses, to the point where we've charged you. The reality would be is that we've charged you in a way that makes it seem free, because you didn't hand over cash at that moment, let's just say, and maybe you did, but the data harvesting is equally as dangerous and as valuable and as invasive, and it's another way to hide piracy behind a layer of painfulness, or stripping away your rights as the as the agreement with a big bunch of teeth built into it. And so, I'm looking at Bing and Google and seeing that the results are including piracy heavily, to the point where the piracy is showing up at the top. And I talked about in one of my just prior videos, just gone, about how piracy again hides behind subscription, because it makes it sort of too expensive to license check. Because you don't just license check at one site, like a website that licenses, and you don't just license check at a Google or a Bing. That's not enough. It's got to be everywhere. The license check is like an across the board check. And so all the search engines, or enough of them, need to be looked at to make a determination about whether that thing has been, already licensed, invented, or whatever already. And so this is why it needs to be free to access, including not a sign up, because again, it's just another layer of cost and that sort of thing to hide piracy behind. And as I just said, I just looked at those engines now, and both of them are showing piracy as the top first results. And so it's pretty serious, really, but it's, this is the modern world, is it? Is this really it? So that's my take on Bing and Google. They both failed the tests. They both showed piracy. They both can't do a thing search. They don't give you the correct answer. They're not enough on their own or even together. Even if you put them both together, that's not even close. I have to say, in my opinion, but I'm saying in my expert opinion, we can use them and look at them, but we're going there knowing that they're a waste of space, because they don't do those searches. They can't do it. You're just going to see a bunch of piracy, most likely. That's the that's the reality of it. All right, there we have it. 8 minutes.